What's up, everybody? Your boy Jacob, Pick Management, is back for another episode of the NBA Betting Insiders with betting royalty, the Prince of Picks, my boy Payam. We are back for another fire show. Payam, how are you doing today?
What's up, man? Doing good. Getting ready to get into these picks tonight. I got about what I got here, maybe 6, 7 picks, maybe a little bit more than that. Some of them are depending on some injury statuses, so stay tuned. Stay tuned to the socials. We'll give you those at the end here. And if any injury updates come out that aren't out right now, we'll update you on those, and we'll also update our picks based on those injuries. So.
Yeah, awesome. The NBA Betting Insiders is the only free 7-day-a-week NBA betting show where you guys can get our best bets all the time. You can also find me now on Ball is Life Bets. 4 million YouTube subscribers. This shit's about to blow up on. We are going to take off. Get ready. We're on a rocket ship. We're going to the top. But the only way to get there is by giving our best bets to the listeners and watchers. So why don't you go ahead and dig into your plays for this Tuesday slate?
Yes, sir. All right. So first up, we're going to go to a 7:30 p.m. Eastern tip where the Los Angeles Lakers are going to travel to Atlanta to take on the Hawks. Atlanta are currently 3-13 as a money line. On the money line as a home favorite this season. They're also 5-8 versus the West this season as well. DeJounte Murray looks like he's not going to go in this one. So I think the Hawks are going to struggle in this game. However, I'm going to give you guys two bets, but the caveat here is if LeBron does not play, I'm not going to be betting anything on this game. I think he makes that much of a difference to this Lakers team. Right now, he's questionable. At the time of this recording, we're recording it's about 11 a.m. Eastern. So stay tuned, like I said, to the updates on socials. We'll update you on those if LeBron ends up not playing. Again, not going to bet this at all. But assuming he does play, I'm going to take the Lakers plus 4.5. That's currently at minus 110. And then I'm also going to go Anthony Davis over 24.5 points, also at minus 110. And I will also take LeBron James over on his points total whenever that comes out. Again, we'll update you on the socials. So those are the three plays that I'm going to go for. That one, I think, with Atlanta's very poor defense, I think, the Lakers are going to be heavily reliant on AD and LeBron should they both play. And I like their chances here to get over their points, and I like the Lakers to keep it close. Do you have anything for this one?
Oh, I sure do, Payam. I am on the other side of this one. So we are, damn, I forgot
not
to look
official,
up the name of that thing.
Okay.
I promise I will have a name for our head up battles of our picks. But I took Hawks money line here. It was at minus 190. It's up to 200 now, so 100 gets you 50. But the Lakers are on a back-to-back. What Payam said is true about his caveat if LeBron is playing. But I did hear that Davis re-injured his groin in the second half of last night's game. So while he's not on the injury report right now, honestly, I'd be surprised if he plays tonight. Same thing with LeBron in the second half of back-to-back. I don't know if he goes. So I'm going to, kind of hedge my bet here and take Atlanta before the injury news becomes official because I really don't think either of them play here. And because of that, I'm going to take the Hawks money line. If they do play, I'll probably try and get off of this if I can. But if not, I will be ahead of the game and on this Hawks money line. So that's what I got.
Okay, sure. All right. Next up, we're going to another 7:30 p.m. Eastern tip. Where the Indiana Pacers are going to travel to Boston to take on the Celtics. Boston currently 6-2 on the money line on back-to-backs this season. They're also 21-2 at home, and they are 28-10 after a win. So a lot of trends here on the money line favoring the Boston Celtics here. Indiana, the injury report: Miles Turner, Jalen Smith, Tyrese Halliburton, Benedict Mathurin, all are questionable. Those are four major parts to this Indiana Pacers team. So I would really need all four of them to play for the Pacers to keep this close. I think if just one of them is out, I think Boston is in a really good spot here to rout the Pacers. And especially Halliburton was probably more important than any of those players. I just think he's just that valuable to this Pacers team. But in any case, whether they play or not, I like the Celtics here. All the trends suggest that they should get this win. And I'm going to lay the 5.5 with them. So I'm going to take Celtics minus 5.5. That's at minus 115. I can see the Celtics winning this one by double digits. Did you have anything for this one?
I do. I'm going to be taking the total here. Just so you know, the Celtics at 5.5 is now at minus 155. The line is currently -7.5 or
Oh, wow.
-105. Yeah, so we try to get this out as early as we can. Payam bets these, he does his research the night before, then we jump on. So that's why he has 5.5, but it's still available. You can still grab it. It's just a little juicy, but you know what they say. Sometimes the juice is worth the squeeze. But for me, for this game, I am going to be on some totals. For pretty much all the reasons Payam just said, I'm going to be on Boston over 243. I bought that down 2 points because my numbers have this at 244. So 243 gets us over. That's currently at -145. So not too bad. And then I'm going to be on the Boston team total over 125.5 here. The Pacers push pace of play and don't play defense. And this Boston team at home is just a real juggernaut. 21-2 straight up as a favorite, 35-10. We've seen the over hit in 27 out of the 48 games that the Pacers have played on the road. And, it doesn't look too good on the road, but we have seen the over hit in 9 out of the last 11 versus division. And we have seen the over, the last 7 out of the last 8 games for Boston have hit the under, but it's because of who they played and how they played. But because of this Boston team getting blown out, I could see like a 140-110 finish kind of thing. So
Sure.
that's why I'm going to be on the overs here, the game and Boston team total.
Yep, love it. All right, next up, we're going to go to another 7:30 p.m. Eastern tip where the Utah Jazz are going to head to New York to take on the New York Knicks over at Madison Square Garden. Recent trends: Knicks 13-3 on the money line as a home favorite. They are 22-6 overall as a favorite. Both of those on the money line, which means they win the games that they're supposed to. The Jazz 6-16 on the money line as a road dog this season, and they gave up 147 to Brooklyn last night. So this is a very, very suspect defense. This is their 6th road game in a row. Tonight will also be their 5th game in 7 days on this road trip. So for all those reasons here, I think the Jazz might be a little bit exhausted here. And the worst kind of team you want to play when you're kind of going through it is a really good defensive team, because that's just taxing on you physically when you play against a team that kind of gets after and it gets into your personal space, on the offensive end. So I think all the trends here suggest the Knicks should win this one comfortably. So I'm on Knicks money line -175. Jacob, you can tell me if that's been updated. I'm also going to be on the Knicks team total over 117.5. I got that at -135. Again, with this Utah defense being very suspect. My God, they just gave up 147 to Brooklyn, and Brooklyn is nowhere near an offensive juggernaut. So Knicks team total over 117.5. Love that one. And also going to go Jalen Brunson, points and assists over 40.5. That was at -115. I think he's in line for a big game tonight against this very suspect Utah Jazz defense. Jacob, do you have anything for this one?
What was that Brunson pick?
The Brunson was points and assists over 40.5.
40.5. All right. Yeah, I do have a pick on this game. I'm also going to be on the Knicks money line here. Utah is, well, actually for both teams, it's their 4th and 5th night. For Utah has been traveling a lot. This isn't really travel. They did play Brooklyn last night, and they got blown out by Brooklyn bad. And this Knicks team is, I think, much better than the Nets are currently. So we did see the Knicks have been on a roll. 2, 4, 6, 7 of the 7 wins in a row for the Knicks. They are 5-0 ATS their last 5, 5-0 straight up their last 5 at home. They're also 14-4 against the spread in their last 18 games against Utah. We've just seen the Knicks play good ball lately. I get that the Jazz have been playing good. Currently 5-2 straight up the last 7 against the Atlantic Division, 14-6 straight up the last 20 games. But with so many games in the past, like I said, the 4th and 5th night on a back-to-back on the road against a Knicks team who has been on a roll. I'm going to take a shot here. Knicks is currently -170. So you actually get a little bit better price than what you gave out than 175. But I am going to be on that Knicks money line here.
Sure. All right. And then last up for me, we're going to go to an 8 p.m. Eastern tip where the Chicago Bulls are going to be hosting the Toronto Raptors. For the Raptors, no RJ Barrett, no Jakob Poeltl, and Emmanuel quickly is questionable. The Raptors, they've lost 9 of their last 10 games overall. They have lost twice to the Bulls already this season. The Bulls, ninth best defense in the league, currently allowing just 112 points per game, and they really rely on their perimeter defense. That's where they excel. Raptors, they've been held to under 111 points in 5 of their last 7 games. So all the metrics here are suggesting to me that the Bulls should win this one. I do expect them to win this one rather comfortably. I don't think the Raptors are very good, especially with those injuries. Should all of them not play, I think the Bulls are in a smash spot here. So I'm going to take the Bulls. I'm going to lay the 6 with them at minus 110. And I'm also going to be on Toronto team total under a 111.5. I got that one at minus 150. I think the Raptors struggle to score here again, with the Bulls excelling on their perimeter defense and Toronto being a perimeter-oriented offense. I think this is just a tough matchup for the Raptors. And then I'm also going to go Nikola Vucevic, over 11.5 rebounds. That one's at minus 130. I like his spot here to dominate the boards here against a soft Raptors front line. So that's going to do it for me for this one. Did you have anything for this game?
Yeah, I'm going to be taking the over in this game. We've seen the over hit in 6 out of the last 7 for Toronto on the road. From most of the things you just said, Toronto has not been playing good. They've lost 5 in a row. Yeah, 5 in a row. And they're taking on the Chicago team, currently 4-1 last 5 ATS. We have seen the under hit in 12 out of the last 18 games. Like a lot of under stats here, but at the price of 225, Toronto on some tired legs. And Chicago off a day of rest. I just think we're going to see the overhit in this one. I think Chicago does their part and can get us to the 120s, and I think Toronto will at least get to 100 here. And for that reason, I'm on the over.
Cool. All right.
Yeah.
So that's going to do it for my picks for tonight. Did you have anything else for tonight?
Yeah,
David?
I actually have just one more play. I'm going to be on the Warriors money line minus 165 versus the Philadelphia 76ers. It's a 10 p.m. tip-off. Part of the reason is, like I said before, like I was kind of like hedging my bet on the Lakers game for the injury report. Currently on the injury report, game time decisions, Embiid, Lofton, Maxey, and then Covington and Melton out, of course. But I don't think we see Embiid play in this game. I just think he is going to rest off of a back-to-back. Now, this is the 4th game and 5th nights for Philly. They've lost 3 in a row, taking on a Golden State team who honestly has not been playing very well lately. But with the current injury report and the fact that historical trends are in our favor here, we've seen Philly go just 5-15 straight up against Golden State their last 20. Philly is also 2-5 ATS on the road and 2-9 straight up their last 11 against Golden State. The current stats for Golden State really aren't in our favor for how they have been playing, but I think we see a more of like a decimated Philly team in Golden State at home. I think can get the job done, especially coming off of 3 days rest playing this Philly team on a back-to-back. Did you have any thoughts on this one?
Yeah, I struggle with this one. For me, it's really important that Embiid plays for me to take a bet on this one. And I kind of feel like he has some public perception that he needs to kind of improve on here. This game is going to be on TNT. There's another nationally televised game. He sat last night. A lot of the thought process was that if on a back-to-back, if he's going to sit last night, then he would play tonight on a nationally televised game against the Warriors. He already ducked Jokic in Denver on a huge national televised game the other day. And there's just been a lot of backlash about him just randomly sitting out these games. There's questions about, is he really injured? Is he just, not wanting to go through some minor aches and pains, whatever the case may be. So I just think there's a lot of smoke around this game. It's hard for me to tell what side to take. But stay tuned to the socials, because if both Embiid and Maxey do end up playing, I will be having some bets for this game. So, we'll give you our socials at the end.
If Embiid does play here, I'm going to be probably on his player props, because when he does play on nationally televised games, he tends to go off. But ever since he put up the 70, he's been ducking people, you know what I mean? And he's limited on the amount of games left that he can miss and still be qualified.
That's what he's doing. It's like he's doing MVP conservation, right? MVP preservation, right? He's doing everything he can, to play the minimum amount of games to qualify for the MVP, and picking and choosing his spots to, not play, for whatever random.
But there's so much, the thing is, there's so much. Oh, sorry. There's so much time left in the season that if he does get injured, he's going to screw himself and
Exactly.
and not be able to be
It
qualified for the
to
MVP. So
I know we're a betting show here, but my personal opinion, it's kind of you're manipulating the votes here. You're almost disrespecting the game in a sense. When I mean, it's I mean, if you're sincerely injured, you're sincerely injured. But to pick and choose, he doesn't miss games against the Wizards. He doesn't miss games against the Hornets. He doesn't miss games against Atlanta. But it just seems to happen that he'll miss a game against Denver. He'll miss a game against Golden State. He'll miss a game against Houston. The top-notch
sure.
teams. Just seems to be like he's kind of trying to manipulate the stats here to his favor to win another MVP. So I don't know. That's just my personal opinion. But
Sure.
again, in terms of a betting angle here, I think it's very important for him to play tonight. Just for PR purposes, he can't duck another nationally televised big game. But let's see what happens if he does end up playing. Like I said, I'll have some bets for you guys. So.
All right. Why don't you recap your plays for everybody?
Yes, sir. So we're gonna go the Lakers plus 4.5. I'm also gonna take Anthony Davis if he plays over 24.5 points. Same with LeBron James. I will take his over points total as well. Those three bets are all going to be dependent on if LeBron and AD play. So keep that in mind. Also, I am on the Boston Celtics minus 5.5 at home versus the Indiana Pacers. I'm also going to be taking the New York Knicks money line hosting the Utah Jazz. I am also going to be on the New York Knicks team total over 117.5. Jalen Brunson points and assists over 40.5. And then I'm also going to take the Bulls -6. They're hosting the Toronto Raptors. I'm also going to be on Toronto team total under 111.5. And finally, I'm going to be on Nikola Vucevic over 11.5 rebounds.
Awesome. I am on the Hawks -200. If LeBron and AD play, don't play, check the socials. I'm on Boston Indy over 243. I'm on Celtics team total over 125.5. I'm on Toronto Chicago over 225. I'm on the Knicks money line and Golden State money line. Payam, let the people know where they can find you.
Yep. So you guys can follow me on X and on TikTok at PrinceofPicks10. Again, stay tuned to the socials for some more plays tonight.
Awesome. And you guys can find me pretty much daily now on Driving the Line. Soon to come to the Cook It or Book It podcast for Ball is Life bets and the Ball is Life YouTube channel, website, all that stuff. You can find some new articles from me there 6 days a week on Ball is Life. And of course, right here on the NBA Betting Insiders on the Pick Management Podcast Network. Make sure to join the Pick Management Discord. You get extra videos from me, Payam, the Queen of Soccer, Soccer Ash. We have some other people joining in. The Discord is a great place to go for some extra free picks and content. I am Jacob at Pick Management across all socials. This has been the NBA Betting Insiders. We will see you later.
It's all mathematics. Mighty most definitely. It's simple mathematics.